this point. All right. Are you ready for the line that I wrote the other day that I thought was a really good line, and now that I read it, it's not a really good line?
I literally just read it like 30 seconds ago, so go for it.
I'm embarrassed by it now, but I got to do it. From a quarterback who wants to kneel for justice to a history of quarterbacks that have abused our psyches, let's rank some quarterbacks.
Let's rank some quarterbacks, and we need some like music for this.
Bop, 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 bop.
There you go.
It's the top. All right, so I have a list pulled up of the quarterbacks since 1999. I should have asked, so obviously it's Browns quarterbacks. Is it the best or our favorite?
I was going, a combination of the both is what I did. Yeah.
Because when I looked at it, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to explain this. So, Ray is not a lifelong Browns fan. He might try to say that he is, but he's not.
I've never said that.
Him, he's a Packers fan. Well, just in case you do try to, I'm going to get this disclaimer out. Since I've known Ray, he's been a Packers fan. He started being a Browns fan once I met him, which is, I don't know, coincidence or whatever. But
I wanted to be cool like you.
Yeah. So cool. Me and my Browns fan, just all this misery in my life. It's intoxicating. Yeah. So I thought it'd be cool to have us rank, our top 5 quarterbacks since 1999 when the Browns came back. So let's debut this. What do you think?
Are we doing 5 to 1? Okay.
5 to 1. Yep. 5 to 1. You want to go number 5?
Yeah, I'll start with my number 5 because I wanted to do a mix of my favorites, and 2, the best ones, because there's arguably there's some legit quarterbacks that just sucked for us. But number 5 for me.
One second. Let me say this too. I'm interested to see, obviously what number 5 is and how far back you actually go in this list, because I've been a Browns fan. I remember watching some of these older quarterbacks in the 1999, 2000s. So I'm interested to see if you go back that far.
My number 5 is Doug Peterson.
Okay.
Going right
up one game.
That doesn't. It's. Excuse me, Mr. Browns fan. He played 8 games.
That many? Wow. Okay.
In the 2000 season, he won a Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl winning coach, so he had to be in the top 5.
Sure.
And he was the quarterback coach for Brett Favre. Everybody loves Brett Favre now. He's just for legacy in itself on a list of on a trash can list of quarterbacks.
On a list of garbage quarterbacks. Okay, Doug Peterson. You might as well throw him on there. Okay, he probably is the most accomplished out of my list as well, based off actually winning a Super Bowl. Because I don't think one of them might have a Super Bowl. We'll see here. We'll get to that later. My number 5 is Kelly Holcomb.
Kelly Holcomb.
He only started 12 games, which I thought he started more than that throughout his career from 2000 to 2004, I think it was. But he is the last quarterback in recent Browns history to lead them to a playoff game and to play in a playoff game. He ended up losing to the Steelers in I think it was 2003, but that's Kelly Holcomb, number 5.
All right, number 4. I don't want to do the Akron connection, so I'm not gonna say Tim Couch because whatever. Number 4, just because he again, great quarterback other places, and he's Jake Delhomme. He went to a Super Bowl. He was a great quarterback for the Panthers. He just fizzled for us for some reason. I don't know if it's
dog shit for us. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's because he was older, and there's a reason.
He got a paycheck from us. He got a paycheck.
That's pretty much what he did. Yeah.
Oh, I do have a. Can I do a an asterisk for number 4 just as an honorable mention? Who almost did it just because of the hometown connection? Because I grew up the first high level football games I ever watched were University of Toledo football games when I was a kid. And Bruce Gradkowski, I forgot that he had played a game for us.
He played a game.
One single game in 2008. Bruce Gradkowski.
This list is going about as well as I thought it was going to go.
All right, who's your number 4?
You said Tim Couch had an Akron connection? What is that?
He went to Akron.
No, he went to Kentucky. You're thinking Charlie Fry. Look at this
Charlie
fucking
Fry.
Browns fan here. Running the Browns podcast over here. God damn.
Whatever.
All right, back to number 4 for the real Browns fans list. My number 4 quarterback is Tim Couch.
Okay.
He, the number 1 overall pick, NFL draft 1999 out of Kentucky. Was with the Browns for I think 4 or 5 seasons. Eventually replaced by Kelly Holcomb, and I think it was Jeff Garcia. Had a lot of potential. This guy should have been a lot better. Just was under a dog shit coaching staff. Between Carson Palmer and Butch Davis, just couldn't do anything with him. But I think he should have done so much better. And I'm so happy that he's starting to do the preseason games, which apparently there won't be any of. But
right, Baker Mayfield's not allowed on this list, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, he's number 1. He should be. 99. He's number 1. I'm not adding him in my list. It's an asterisk. But go ahead, continue the rest of your thing. Sorry.
No, that's all I had. But just that I'm glad he's back in Cleveland doing some work with the WKYC, I think. But
he's not terrible on television. I'll give him that. I like that. We should do a list of the quarterbacks that we hate because I have so much hate for so many people on this list.
We could do that next time. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
Because that would be actually pretty good.
Like I should love Trent Dilfer, but like
when we're done with this,
yeah, go ahead.
We could pause this and then come back with the top 5 terrible quarterbacks.
No, we'll do that. We'll do that for our wide receiver episode. We'll put people who should have made our wide receiver core better but didn't.
That works.
All right, number 3. Since Baker's not on my list because he's obviously our favorite now. Number 3, just because again, a quarterback that I love to hate, he will end up on my hate list. Brady Quinn.
Okay.
I remember being at the Delt House the night that he came in and just stunk up the room. He was garbage. Notre Dame quarterback, brother-in-law of national champion, Super Bowl champion, and all-around better football player, A.J. Hawk.
True.
And just like with his sister in that dumb 50-50 jersey, like that was one of the best nights of my life. I know that you're like maritally obligated to be a Notre Dame fan now, but I hate Notre Dame almost as much as Michigan. So I loved watching him be terrible with the Browns.
Yeah, he was awful. Best thing that ever happened to Brady Quinn, or best thing that ever happened with Brady Quinn, is highlight of his career. You know what it is?
What's that?
Being traded for Peyton Hillis.
Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah. I mean, that worked. Like, both of their careers were just about as long, so.
I mean, you'd say Peyton Hillis had a better career, though.
At least one of them ended up on the cover of Madden.
Yeah, he was on Madden, so, yeah. My number 3 is Derek Anderson.
Okay.
The next quarterback on the list that should have led the Browns to the playoffs, but didn't because of I think it was the Colts that screwed us that year.
Yeah, I mean, he's number 2 on mine, so, I mean, take as long as you want to talk about him.
Yeah, they went 10-6 that year. It was a good season. Kellen Winslow Jr., Braylon Edwards. That was the year Jamal Lewis came over from the Ravens, and I think that was the year after he broke the rushing yards per game record, which what he didn't do with the Browns, obviously he did with the Ravens, but so he was actually a halfway decent running back when we got him, which never happens. So Derek Anderson's number 3.
Yep, he's my number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Brian Hoyer.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming is your number 1 if Baker Mayfield's not on the list. But,
nope.
No, really. Well, yeah, Brian Hoyer's my number 2.
Why? Probably
should have led the Browns to the playoffs again that year, 2011. No, 2014. I'm way off of my years. They went 7-9 that year, I believe, and I'm probably wrong. Fact check me. But there's so much more potential with that team, and the way that Brian led that team that year, especially with Johnny Manziel behind him, was not a good situation for him. But I think if Johnny wasn't there, Brian's a little bit more focused, and they do a lot better.
Yeah, because my number uno. I mean, yeah, he was a good quarterback. I'm like, to me, if it's somebody who's good and then just like the team falls apart underneath them, like it shouldn't have happened. And I get like Brian Hoyer because he's with the Patriots now still, right? Like so.
Did he get re-signed with Patriots? He might have.
I think so. I think that's the backup to. He was the backup to Stidham. He's probably going to be coaching somewhere soon.
Yeah, that would make sense.
He's also from Lakewood. I didn't realize he's from Cleveland.
St. Ignatius.
Oh, well, That's another reason to hate him. But sorry, Cleveland high school football fans. I went to a high school who can't win anything. So, yeah, I mean, he's a good quarterback. I like him. He's a stable guy. He's always a good dude to have in the locker room. But the best dude to have in your locker room, and I want him now more than ever because I saw him on an interview. It was this morning, I believe, and I didn't forget that he played for us, but he's my favorite. The one and only Josh McCown.
There you go. Solid. Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. He's a great guy to have in there. I mean, he should be our quarterback coach, but he wanted to play football more. Like, he's the best.
I know. Yeah. I do wish he was on the coaching staff. He's so good for the locker room. That's a good point.
Like, they should bring him in to be the backup.
He'd be so good for Baker. Yeah.
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 Because he's a Texas dude, too, isn't he? Didn't he go to
what's that?
Where'd McCown go to college?
Let me see.
I'm looking it up right now. I thought you might have known off the top of your head.
No.
East Texas Player of the Year.
State.
Yeah, Sam Houston, which is it's in Texas.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Huntsville, Texas. I mean, he's a Texas dude, underrated for no reason. Like he's just a good player. Love the dude.
Yeah.
Who's your number one? We already know who your number one is.
It's Baker. I didn't have any honorary mentions on my terrible quarterback list, but Baker's number one. Obviously, I think he's got the most potential out of anybody here. Hopefully, he'll prove to be our number one in the future. There's no reason to believe he shouldn't at this point. He's a talented kid.
Not Seneca Wallace.
It is not Seneca Wallace. It is not Colt McCoy. It is not Jeff Garcia.
Colt McCoy's
not Doug Peterson. Ty Detmer.
I'm not going to talk about Colt McCoy, but he's going to be at the very, very one or two on my quarterbacks that I hate because I was all in on Colt McCoy.
Yeah, there were a lot of quarterbacks that was all in on. So I think the first one was probably Jeff Garcia.
You have to find that take for next week because I know you found it and you sent it to me about my Colt McCoy take. So that's got to be featured.
Yeah,
so,
I'll find it to you.
Yeah, that's it's probably in the text.
I can't believe you thought Tim Couch went to Akron.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I was 9. Like, why would I know that? And I was like you said, I was a Packers fan when it happened anyway. So like it doesn't.
Hey, Tim Couch played for the Packers.
Yeah, for a hot second.
Yeah. He's back up.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's Tim Couch. He was there for a minute. Everybody thought he was going to run you draft a Kentucky quarterback. What do you think's going to happen? All right. Anything else that you want to hit, Mr. Crawford?
No, let's end this before it gets more depressing.
I mean, this lasted twice as long as I thought it would. So this is some extra content for you guys. But again, thank you for listening to the Browns Out of Town podcast. Hit us up at Browns Out of Town. Again, rate, review, subscribe, reach out on social media. For sure, hit us with your top 5 Browns quarterbacks or save your bottom 5 for the next time. But hit us with your top 5 Browns quarterbacks. Hit that up for all your Browns news, NFL news as well. Football!